The Whispering Stones, a Dogon Mystery. High in the cliffs of Mali, where the Dogon people lived beneath the endless night sky, a boy named Kofi sat by the fire, listening to the elders. Their voices carried the wisdom of generations, and tonight they spoke of the Whispering Stones. "They hold the voices of our ancestors," Elder Bako said, his eyes twinkling. "But only those with patience and wisdom may hear them." The villagers nodded solemnly, but Kofi huffed. "Why must we wait? If the stones have wisdom, why not hear them now?" Elder Bako chuckled. "Ah, Kofi, some things cannot be rushed. A tree does not grow tall in a day." Kofi frowned. He didn't want to wait like a slow-growing tree. He wanted answers now. Later that evening, as the full moon bathed the village in silver light, Kofi overheard two elders whispering outside a hut. "The hidden cave of voices," one murmured, "where the stones whisper their greatest truths." Kofi's heart pounded. This was what he had been waiting for. If he could find the cave, he wouldn't have to wait for wisdom. He would claim it himself. That night, after the village fell asleep, Kofi grabbed a small lantern and his pet chameleon, Tiki, and slipped into the darkness. "Stay quiet, Tiki," he whispered. "We're going on an adventure." The path to the cliffs was steep. The wind howled, rattling the trees. Shadows stretched and twisted in the moonlight. Suddenly, snap! Kofi froze. A twig had broken beneath his foot. He held his breath, waiting. But the village remained silent. Relieved, he pressed on, climbing higher and higher. Then there it was, a shimmering waterfall just as the elders had described. Behind it, a dark opening beckoned. Heart pounding, Kofi stepped inside. The air was thick with mystery, and the cave walls shimmered with ancient symbols. His breath caught as a deep voice rumbled through the cavern. "Who enters the cave of voices?" Kofi gulped but stood tall. "It is I, Kofi. I seek wisdom." The voice responded, "What wisdom do you seek?" Kofi's excitement surged. "Tell me the secrets of the stones. The elders say they whisper truths." The cave rumbled. The symbols pulsed with light. Then the voice whispered, "Patience, child. True wisdom is not rushed." Kofi frowned. "I don't want to wait. Just tell me now." The air grew still. The cave suddenly shook. The glowing symbols dimmed and the voice faded. "Wait, I'm ready to listen," Kofi pleaded. But the stones had fallen silent. A deep sadness settled in his chest. He had come all this way, and now the wisdom was lost to him. Head low, he made the long journey back home. The next morning he approached Elder Bako and confessed everything. He expected anger, but instead the elder smiled. "You have learned your first lesson of wisdom, patience," Elder Bako said. "Now you are ready." That evening, under the starlit sky, Kofi sat with the elders, listening. Not just hearing, but truly listening. And as he did, he realized something. The whispering stones were not just in a cave. They were all around him, in the words of the elders, in the lessons of the past, and in the stories carried by the wind. From that day on, Kofi became known as the boy who learned to listen, and his wisdom helped guide his people for many years to come. Lesson: in a world of instant answers, true wisdom still comes with patience, listening, and learning from those who came before us. The end.